Okay, so this video is our study guide for Thursday, January 21st. This is adding, subtracting, and multiplying decimals. No dividing fractions or dividing decimals. Those are coming next week. But this is going to be 12 questions. The way this works is I'm about to read through all of the answers. Once you hear an answer and you know that you got that question wrong, skip around in the video and go to the questions that you missed. That way you can hear the explanation and better understand what you did wrong. Don't say, "Oh, I don't need to go there because I just made a small silly mistake." I don't care. Go double check. Maybe it is a small mistake and maybe that's fine. Or maybe you thought it was a small mistake and it turns out you've been doing the problem wrong this whole entire time. Go check it anyways. It's not going to kill you. Then, after I've read it through the answers, I'll go through, show you what you did wrong. If you are watching this video and have not yet done this study guide, then stop what you're doing, pause, and go do it. Stop watching this video. Only watch this after you have done this study guide. If you have me for math, this is in Canvas. Go do it. If you have Miss Thor for math, I've linked this PDF and an image file. So PDF if you want to print it, image file if you're just on your Chromebook. So that way you can still do this study guide on your own. Again, come back here and watch this video. Skip to about 1 minute 45 seconds to hear the answers, and then we'll move on from there. So again, stop watching this video if you are not done. Here we go. So number 1 was B. Number 2 was C. Number 3 was also C. Number 4 was D. Number 5, also D. Number 6 is C. Number 7 is A. Number 8 is C. Number 9 is B. Number 10 is A. Number 11 is D. And number 12 is also D. So again, if you missed any one of those problems, try to figure out where in the video I go, because we're going to go over it. So, for starters, number 1, here's how to do this one. This is an addition and subtraction problem. This problem says right over here, Rosa had a certain amount of money. She purchased items from the mall, so she spent all this money on those items. And it's asking how much money did she have left over. So step 1, in my opinion, would be to add all of the things that she bought and find out how much did she spend. So when I go through to do that, I get $28.50 plus $15.80 plus $35.70 plus $64.45 plus $6.80. Add those together. Add the zeros all straight down. Remember, your decimal places should line up. Mine are kind of skewing a bit to the side. Remember that graph paper can help fix this. So add all my zeros in that 5. I get 5. 5 plus 8, that is 13. Plus 7 is 20. Plus 4 is 24. Plus 8 is 32. 2 carry my 3. 3 plus 8 is 11. Plus 5 is 16. Plus 5 again is going to be 21. Plus 4 is 25. Plus 6 is 31. Carry my 3 again. 3 plus 2 is 5. Plus 1 is 6. Plus 3 is 9. Plus 6 is 15. So she spent $151.25. That's not the correct answer, though. You had to subtract that amount from 275. So $275.00 minus $151.25. Let's go ahead and subtract that. We can't do 5 taken away from 0, and we also can't borrow from this 0. So I got to change this 0 to a 10. Borrow from this 5, make it a 4. Then borrow from this 10, make it a 9. So we've got 10 minus 5, which is 5. 9 minus 2, which is 7. 4 minus 1 is 3. 7 minus 5 is 2, and 2 minus 1 is 1. The amount she has left over is $123.75. That is going to be number 1. Number 2, also a bit of a tricky one. This one, it says Wednesday, Tom earned $20.50. On Thursday, he earned $36.21. And on Friday, he earned twice as much as he did on Wednesday. So first and foremost, you have to find out what 2 times $20.50 is. So $2 or $20.50, that's 2 decimal places. Times 2, that would only be 0 decimal places. So I'll put it right here. There should be 2 decimal places in my final answer. So 2050, $20.50, but without the decimal written, times 2. Let's see what that is. 2 times 0 is 0. 2 times 5 is 10. Write my 0, carry my 1. 2 times 0 is 0 plus 1 is 1. 2 times 2 is 4. Like I said, there should be 2 decimal places right here. So on Friday, she earned $41. So how much did Tom earn altogether in the 3 days? Now we add them. $20.50 plus $36.21 plus $41.00. Add those together. We got 0 plus 1 plus 0 is 1. 5 plus 2 plus 0 is 7. 0 plus 6 plus 1 is 7. And 2 plus 3 plus 4 is 9. He earned $97.71 throughout those 3 days. That's going to be number 2. Number 3, Miguel bought a shirt for $13.95, a pair of pants for $16.87, and a hat for $7.79. What is the total amount he spent? This is an addition problem. We are adding $13.95, we're adding $16.87, and we are adding $7.79. That is how this problem should be set up, with my decimals lined up, not my numbers. So 5 plus 7, that is going to be 12, plus 9 is 21. Let's see, 2 plus 9 is 11, plus 8 is 19, plus 7 is 26. So carry my 2. 2 plus 3 is 5, plus 6 is 11, plus 7 is 18. 1 plus 1 plus 3 is, or 1 plus 1 plus 2 plus 1 is 3. I can't seem to do math today. Regardless, number 3 was C. Let's go ahead and clear this. For number 4, there are 26 students in Mr. Brown's 5th grade class each bought a poster for 79 cents. Excluding tax, how much did the posters cost in all? So this is multiplication. We are doing 26 times 79 cents. So 79 cents has 2 decimal places in it. 26 has none. So that's a total of 2 decimal places that my answer is going to have. So now I just multiply 79 times 26. I pretend the decimal's not there. So we've got 79 times 26. 6 times 9 is 54. Carry my 5. 6 times 7 is 42. Plus 5 is 47. Cross out what I've used. I'm not using that 6 anymore. Cross out my placeholder. Shouldn't put anything there. And make sure I erase what I've carried. There. Now I'm ready to begin. 2 plus 9 is 18. Carry my 1. 2 times 7 is 14. Plus 1 is 15. Let's add that together. And we get a 4 here. 15 for 7 plus 8. So carry my 1. 1 plus 4 plus 5 is 10. And 1 plus 1 is 2. And like we said, there should be 2 decimal places. 1, 2. $20.54 for number 4. Moving on to number 5, which is another multiplication problem. And it looks like number 6 is also going to be multiplication. So we'll just do number 5 and 6 right now. For number 5, this one's going to be, actually both of them are pretty easy. So this number has no decimal places in it, and this number has 2 decimal places in it. So that means my final answer should have 2 decimal places in the answer. So we've got 400 times, if I ignore the decimal place, I've only got 26. 400 times 26. 6 times 0, 6 times 0, and 6 times 4, which is 24. Not using that 6 anymore. Cross out my placeholder. 2 times 0, 2 times 0, and 2 times 4, that is 8. So we add this together, 0 plus 0, 0 plus 0, 4 plus 0, 8 plus 2. And like we said, there should be 2 decimal places. 1, 2. So yeah, this one was a bit tricky because all you had to do was mess up where the decimal place goes and you would have gotten it wrong, either if you missed it by 1, or if you missed it by 2, or missed it by 3. But the correct answer should have been D. Moving on to number 4. Let me actually change some settings here. There we go. For number 4, we have 0.017, so 17 thousandths, times 20. Well, 20 doesn't have any decimal places, but this number has 3. 0, 1, and 7 are all to the side, so there are 3 decimal places for number 6. So now that I've gotten that, I can go ahead and start multiplying. This would be 0,017 times 20. I don't really need those zeros. I can just do 20 times 17, and then place my decimals in a minute. So let's go ahead and do, I'll put 20 on top, 17 on the bottom. 7 times 0, and 7 times 2, that is 14. Cross out what I've used, I'm not using that 7, put my placeholder. And then we got 1 times 0, and 1 times 2, which is 2. Let's add those together and see what we get. 0, 4, and 3, but there should be 3 decimal places. So same as number 5, the decimal place is everything. 1, 2, 3. So it should be, I suppose that would be an imaginary 0 we would put there, 0.340. Well, that's not an answer choice. Keep in mind that 0 way off on the side, that's not super necessary. Matter of fact, if you later on go on and check with the calculator, if you type in 0.340 and hit enter, a lot of calculators will actively delete that extra 0 because it's useless. It's not actually doing anything. This one is the only one that has the decimal in the appropriate place, which is right in front of the 3. Alright, let's go ahead and check number 4 now, or number 7. Don't know why I called it number 4. Number 7, we have 0.605 plus 7.9. So for this problem, this is just addition. We just have to make sure our decimals are lined up. So 0.605 plus, we've got 7.9. There we go. Decimals are lined up correctly. Nice straight line there. So we don't need to put anything here, but if you have to put something, give yourself some placeholder zeros. So 5 plus 0, that's 5. 0 plus 0 is 0. 6 plus 9 is 15. Carry my 1. 1 plus 0 plus 7 is 8. And there we go. And if any of you had subtracted, they were waiting for you to make those mistakes. For number 6, speaking of subtraction, this one is subtraction. 38.9 minus 0.15. So 38.9 minus, make sure my decimals are lined up first and foremost, 0.15. So remember, anytime you need an extra thing, it is a placeholder 0. Now, we can't do 5 taken away from 0, but I can borrow. Turn that into an 8. So 10 minus 5 is 5. 8 minus 1 is 7. 8 minus 0, and 3 minus nothing. So we should have 3875, which is our answer for number 8. Let's go to number 9. Number 9, we're nearly finished. We're getting there. For number 9, we have 34 times 0.14. Sorry if it appeared the video stuttered. I hit pause so I could drink some water. For number 9, we have 34 times 0.14 multiplication. So let's count our decimal places. That number has 0. This number has 2 of them. So we should have 2 decimal places for this one. I'll just keep this right here with me. We've got, so if I ignore the decimals, this is basically just going to be 4 times 34. So let's go ahead and do that. 34 times 4. And I'll add my decimals later. 4 times 4 is 16. Write my 6, carry my 1. 4 times 3 is 12. Plus 1 is 13. And as we mentioned, there should be 2 decimal places. So 1, 2. Answer should be 1.36. 1 and 36 hundredths. I'm not even going to scroll down for number 10 because it's saying right here. Margaret bought a scarf for $7.55. That's not a bad deal, especially if it's a nice wool one. If she paid for the scarf with a $20 bill, how much change will she receive? Should be how much change should she receive. That's a tongue twister. Say she received like 5 times really fast. It's kind of hard. Anyways, we've got $20 minus $7.55. So $20 minus $7.55, making sure my decimal places are lined up. There's going to be quite a bit of borrowing going on here, so I'll try to change colors so it stands out a bit more. We cannot borrow from any of these zeros. We have to borrow from this 2 to make this into a 10 first. So change that 2 into a 1 and make this a 10. Then I borrow from this 10 to make it a 9 and make this a 10. Then I borrow from this 10 to make it a 9 and make this a 10. That's how the borrowing should work. Way too much. I see people leave these as 10s or turn those into 9s and then borrow from them and to turn them into 8s. It's weird things like that. Anyways, we've got 10 minus 5, which is 5. 9 minus 5 is 4. 7 minus 9 is 2. And 1 minus nothing, 1. She should receive $12.45. Also, just pro tip in real life, cashiers don't do this on purpose. Like cashiers, people who work with money, they're human. People make mistakes all the time and accidentally give back wrong change. So don't get mad at the person if they ever give you the wrong change, but do be prepared because at some point in everybody's life, they're going to be given the wrong change and not realize it because they're just not thinking about it. So just keep that in the back of your head. But like they never do it on purpose. Nobody's trying to steal money from you by shortchanging you. So for number 11, we've got $24.09, or what am I saying money for? 24.9 minus 1.35. So we gotta line these up and subtract them appropriately. We've got 24.9. Make sure my decimals get lined up. And we are subtracting 1.35. We need a placeholder 0 right here, and I'm going to need to borrow. So we've got to borrow from here, make it an 8, make that a 10. So 10 minus 5 is 5, 8 minus 3 is 5, 4 minus 1 is 3, and 2 minus nothing is 2. The answer should be 23.55. That's going to be number 1 or number 11. And number 12, final problem. Mrs. Rosio is making several trays for her famous lasagna. She finds the mozzarella cheese on sale for $4.89 per pound at her local grocery store. How much will she pay for 4 pounds of cheese? So we are doing $4.89 multiplied by 4 pounds. So this number right here has 2 decimal places. This number obviously has 0. That is a total of 2 decimal places. Keep that off to the side. And now we're going to ignore my decimal, and we're just going to say this is $489 times 4. So 489 times 4. So 4 times 9, that is 36. Carry my 3. 4 times 8 is 32, plus 3 is actually 35. And 4 times 4 is 16, plus 3 is actually 19. And as we mentioned, there should be 2 decimal places in my answer. 1, 2. That is it. So that is it for the entire study guide. I hope that this helped you. Remember, just as a final reminder, if any of you watched this all the way through, the goal now should be, after you've reviewed, is to go back in about maybe an hour, maybe a few hours, maybe tomorrow morning, but to come back later and try the study guide a second time. Not to see if you can remember the answers, but to see if you can remember how to do each problem. That should be the goal for today. And tomorrow is our quiz, so best of luck. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Good luck.